Hello, welcome to Taiwan Education and Culture. This is lesson 4, and we will enter the section 2. This time we will talk about the important festival in Taiwan. I think in this session we will mention a lot of the traditional festival in Taiwan. Basically, these festivals are all origin from Chinese culture. So very important, the festival is the Chinese New Year. We also call the Lunar New Year. And the Chinese New Year is the most important festival celebrated by the ethnic Chinese, and is based on the Chinese lunar calendar. It begins on the first day of the first lunar month and ends on the 5th day of the first month, which is the Lantern Festival. A lot of the family will get very busy before Chinese New Year. Before the Chinese New Year, we normally have to clean up our houses and get rid of the old stuff and make the houses clean. And also, we will buy new clothes, and the children, they are wearing the new clothes on the Chinese New Year. And what do people do besides the very delicious food during the Chinese New Year? And we will prepare this kind of the red couplet. The couplet was written in calligraphy on the red paper, and then we will stick to the wall. So there are so many people, they will either sell or write the couplet just to deliver to the families, and then they will they will try to dress up your house. In the family, they will prepare these red envelopes. The younger children, they are so excited to receive the red envelope from their parents. And also the parents, the older parents, they also will receive red envelope from their adult children. I think that's the very good tradition and celebrate activities in Chinese New Year. Then we will talk about the Lantern Festival. The Lantern Festival is celebrated annually on the 5th day of the first lunar month to mark the grand finale of the Chinese New Year celebrations. I think that's the traditional time when the farmers, they do not have any holiday, do not have many holidays during the working year, and then they will have the 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks for the Chinese New Year. Yeah. But right now we don't have a really holiday on the Lantern Festival. So it is the first full moon day of the new year, so it symbolizes the coming of the spring. And I think you may see the beautiful picture. We call this the sky lanterns. I think if you visit Taiwan on the Lantern Festival, that is good chance that you can light up this sky lantern in Pingxi, in New Taipei City. While in southern Taiwan, there's fireworks in the Yanshui. So they celebrate the Lantern Festival with different ways. In many families, they will eat this rice bowl. It's made of the sticky rice, and sometimes the people will homemade with our family together, and then eat it at night. And the Lantern Festival, it is also good time for the whole family to go outside, and we will see beautiful big design lanterns. This one is in 2018 in Jiayi County. So we will see there's a big scale lantern. They celebrate this Lantern Festival. So it's a very interesting festival in Taiwan. The third one, we will talk about Qingming Festival. It is Qingming Festival, also known as Tomb Sweeping Day. Is celebrated on April 4th or 5th annually. It's not for lunar calendar. It is exactly April either 4th or 5th. During Qingming, families will visit the tomb of their ancestors and clean the gravesites, pray to their ancestors, and make ritual offerings. At home, in Qingming Festival, families will eat this spring roll. I think many of you may have the fried spring roll in the night market. But traditionally, in families, we will eat this kind of the spring roll. You use the flour made cake, and we fold the different kind of the vegetable already cooked, and then eat it. So we call the spring roll 春卷. After we during the tomb sweeping, we will eat the spring roll together. The fourth festival we call the Dragon Boat Festival. Dragon Boat Festival is celebrated on the 5th day of the 5th lunar calendar to commemorate the patriot poet Qu Yuan. Qu Yuan is a very a person who was in the long time ago, and he was not satisfied with his king, and then he jumped into the river. So people are trying to rescue him. Therefore, we use the boat, try to escape of the draw away of the fish, and then we will prepare those dumpling, we call the rice dumpling, to throw into the river, then to keep the fish away. Don't harm the Qu Yuan. So that's the story behind the Dragon Boat Festival. Therefore, if you come and visit Taiwan, the many places they will hold the Dragon Boat Festival contest. So it is one of the 3 major celebrate festival in Taiwan, together with the Chinese New Year and then the Moon Festival. So this is the Moon Festival, also known as Mid-Autumn Festival. The Moon Festival is celebrated on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month, in observance of the bountiful autumn harvest, with the moon forming a round shape that symbolize the family reunion. As you can see, the moon cake here is also the round shape, so represent the moon, for full moon. And also there's stories related to the moon. According to the story, it is said there are a beautiful girl who wanted to be immortal, and finally she eat medicine and then became immortal, and then she flew to the sky and then live on the moon. Yeah, so 嫦娥 live on the moon and accompany her only rabbit. And this is the very beautiful story related to the Moon Festival. So these are the very significant tradition festival in Taiwan. I didn't mention many new festival, like newly designed festival in the modern time. So these are the old traditional festival. So I have the question for you. Among these 5 festivals I introduced, which one is the most important for Taiwanese? So as you can recall, the Chinese New Year is the most important festival for Taiwanese people and also for Chinese people. Yeah. And then you may find out more information on the website or the other internet, and then you will find out more richer and custom interesting activities for the Chinese New Year. That's for the lesson. Thank you.